Hello, and welcome back to Coin Lady channel. First off, these individuals are due to speak tomorrow at Swell on Africa, which is once known as MFS Africa. Ripple Net Payment Processor for Africa. That exactly describes them. As an example, tomorrow the XRP army will have access to 500 million mobile wallets, 40+ African markets linked to US and China banking cards, the Treasury, 1,300 cross-border corridors, 180 banks, and 300,000 merchants. In addition, I shared a brief discussion with you all today about some recent statements made by JP Morgan. Here's a recent comment from JP Morgan suggesting we have money in ISO 20022. Listen, the reason why DLT distributed ledger technology is so important is that payments are the lifeblood of the modern economy. Beautiful, and investing now will allow for substantial returns before the ISO 20022 migration is complete. Finally, before we get down to brass tacks, let's talk about digital assets. According to Daily, XRP's value increased by 60,000% in a year's time during the last cycle it was a part of, and the game progressed from 0.006. That brings the total to $3.84. Plus or minus a penny. Speculation that it has genuine value now because of the expanded network of partners and potential applications. Exciting things can happen if this isn't tamed. This is also something we stress often throughout these videos. The focus has shifted away from excitement. Practicality is the key. We need to know where we go from here. Also, in my humble view, we've come a long way since our days, which is really remarkable when you stop to think about it. I just found this, and I know you're going to love it. Michael, who's who is not who's who, but who is the United States Comptroller of Currency? This is an extremely high place. He was previously the Associate Director of the Federal Reserve's Division of Supervision and Regulatory Oversight. So, what exactly does he manage? He acts as OCC's director. For clarity, that controls and monitors things like this. I decided to do some investigating. There are about 1,200 financial institutions in the United States, including national banks, savings societies, and international banks with branches licensed by the federal government. More than 2/3 of all commercial bank assets in the United States are governed by rules and regulations. This dude is an NYU New York University law graduate. Both his undergraduate and graduate degrees are from highly regarded institutions, Brown for his bachelor's and George Washington for his master's. And he's extolling tokenization's virtues at the moment. But first, let's talk about the future of tokenization and which cryptocurrency is likely to prevail among Ripple, XRP, Stellar, XLM, Exelon, XEL, and XTC. American regulator of financial institutions believes tokenization has potential, but crypto is rife with fraud. Many people have committed fraud. To that extent, I concur. Let the foreign banks know that the acting head of the U.S. Office of Comptroller of Currency is here. He is optimistic about tokenization's potential to address settlement issues. Seems vaguely familiar. Can you explain Ripple and how it relates to blockchain and the resolution of settlement issues? Tokenizing assets may be the safest way to settle the often complicated and potentially risky exchange of money and securities. Michael, the interim director of the United States Currency Exchange Watchdog. This is a quote from, "The primary goal of tokenization is to address a practical issue. The issue is the settling in phase." At the Washington, D.C. FinTech Week event, he remarked, "This is boring back-office stuff." But what he says about tokenization having the potential to collapse and simplify everything, if done well, is crucial. He is referring to issues with transactions. He explains that in the financial world, any time an asset is transferred from one party to another, it must go through several layers of verification and clearing before it can be legally transferred to the recipient. So, yes, you guessed it, Ripple Brilliant has the answers. He claimed that people at any of these tiers were capable of bearing their own costs and responsibilities. There is a possibility of a veil breaker in this deal. Tokenization is useful for reducing the size of promises by collapsing them. The OCC is enthusiastic about the potential of tokenizing real-world assets and liabilities, and will be holding an all-day conference on the topic on February 8, 2024, at its headquarters in Washington, D.C. I believe 99% of the scam and frauds out there are going away, but he is still suspicious about the rest of the crypto market. You're just as good as me. I think we can all agree that there will be certain winners, and in my humble view XRP, XLM, and XTC are three of them. Now last, he argues that there seems to be a growing chasm between crypto on the one hand and tokenization on the other. He claims that crypto is primarily motivated by the desire to speculate, whereas tokenization is less prone to fraud, scams, and hacks. Beautiful statements from someone who has worked at the highest levels of the Federal Reserve and has direct authority over all the banks in the United States. Thank you for coming along on this journey with me as we delve deeper. I appreciate it. And look, it's just like a movie, right? I'm out of ideas for the time being. It's all over today. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.